Hey everyone, this is Nitro. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate the way to clear the second battle of Armed Conquest Trapped Bees, and this battle is against a character called Mann. Now, I'm just going to jump into the battle to go over the mechanics, but the achievements you need is to win within 6 turns, Mann has not triggered React, and all your team members survive. So let's just jump in and get started. The battle is kind of weird, okay? And it's because there is an additional hidden mechanic that, for whatever reason, is not explained in the information here, okay? So I'll go over the mechanics that are here first before talking about that hidden one. First, he has this call off field support talent, where at the start of his action, he will bombard all targets within 2 rings of him, and it deals 10,000 fixed damage, which is enough to basically kill every mech, alright? So the other part doesn't matter, not that much. Maneuver failure is applied to your characters that are hit, and it lasts 1 turn. Doesn't matter because your characters are dead, right? But yeah, that's the effect that he has. Remember there was an achievement about not allowing him to trigger React? Well, the React is coming from his 3rd skill, where when initiating combat, if there are allies within 2 adjacent tiles, he'll trigger React. So basically what that means is you have to kill off all his reinforcements or else he's going to get the React effect. The 3rd mechanic that is not written here is actually that if he's against a tile that he can't move, like against the wall for example, or against these tiles, for whatever reason he will trigger React from that as well. It took me several playthroughs before I realized that was the fact. But yeah, it's bizarre. It's not explained anywhere, but that does happen. So you have to keep him, basically, away from the sides. As long as you do that, he will never trigger React. So that's the general strategy. Now, in order to survive the fixed damage attack and his follow-up strike, the secret is actually Catherine. Okay. So the S-rank pilot that we were given for free, that nobody has really been using, she is required for this fight, because she has this talent or skill, Unending. When any part suffers overdamage, triggers Guts, locking at 1 hit point. Each time Guts triggers, she'll lose 2 action points. So you're not going to attack with her. She's literally here to tank the hits, right? But as long as she tanks them, you can get that bounty achievement of all your team members survive. Okay. So that's the general idea. You're going to have one character tanking all the hits. Because she's taking 2 hits per turn, she's going to lose 4 action points each turn, and she only regens 3. So to counter that, I'm bringing Mary. Okay, so Mary will transfer some action points to Catherine to keep her alive. And then the others, Allison, Sylvie, and Winston, they're here to attack Mann from beyond the 2 rings so that they don't get destroyed. And all 3 snipers can target the torso. Right? So that's the basic strategy. Now, at this point, I'm going to remove the other characters because I need them to equip their virtual options. Right? So let's toss Winston into the Arcus. Let's toss Catherine into Hong's mech. And then toss Allison into Frida's mech. Alright. And lastly, Mary is just going to go into the Blazer. And there you go. Alright, so everyone's in. Let's begin. So, I'm just going to start by getting my characters out of the 2 ring range and have Mary transfer action points to Catherine. And then Catherine is going to move over here, right? Remember what I said about keeping Mann away from the walls? So by getting behind him, he's going to start moving up or forward, okay? So then everyone else is going to just start sniping away. So accurate fire here, right? Let's have Sylvie launch out a normal attack, and then turn. and then have Allison just do an all-in strike, and the all-in strike will make everyone else trigger like a link attack, so that they do a little bit more damage. Hopefully some of them hit the torso. If they don't, it's fine as well. So he moves up, and that keeps him in range for all my snipers to do vigilant shots, as a side note. So there we go. So 2 reinforcements spawned. This is like a little bit of a stat check, okay? Because these two have a huge number of hit points. It's a stat check in the sense that if you have a fully built up Sylvie, she can one-shot them. If you don't, then you're not going to one-shot them. Okay, so yeah, that pretty much sums it up. So why don't I have my Sylvie? Let me see. I think I just need to move up here and bloom shot to kill. So 1 down. Act again. Move over. Bloom shot the other one. Okay. And if your Sylvie can't one-shot them, you know, try to bring in a mercenary one. Quite simply. You're allowed to use mercenaries in this. The only drawback of using mercenaries is you probably will not be able... You can't use your own Sylvie anyways, because it's considered having used as Sylvie in these fights. So moving on, and then I'm just going to snap judgment. Next, let's start backing off, right? Actually, let's move Mary here to attack. Okay. And then move Winston here to also attack. Accurate fire. And then finally, Allison, she just moves back 1 tile. Normal attack is fine. Right? And finally, Catherine's just going to end turn where she is. And so she gets shot by the rockets. Mann moves up a little, taking multiple vigilant shots. And then shoots Catherine again. Right? So 2 more enemies spawn. Now, I am going to move... Catherine has 4 action points left, 4 AP. So she is running out of AP. So just in case, I'm going to move Mary over to this side. Because the idea is, if necessary, I should be able to provide some AP to her, to Catherine. Okay? So next, everyone else needs to shift back a little to avoid the 2 ring thing. Okay? So there's the attack. There's another all-in.
I'll take it from here personally.
Let's try it out on you.
Okay. I'm going to have my Sylvie kill off both of these reinforcements. That's 1 shot. That's 2 shots. And then Sylvie, really she can kind of stretch away and attack with blue.
Now's the time.
And we're good. And just end turn with Catherine here. So, guts. Right. There's all the vigilant shots again. Catherine gets hit. Guts triggers. As I mentioned, Catherine's now at 3 AP, which means she's technically killable. But if I place her right here, I can have Mary transfer action points. So now she's back up to 5. And it's still within, like, she's outside of the 2 rings. Okay? So you can continue the fight for a bit longer. Now, I'm going to ignore these characters because at this point, Mann is pretty close to death. So they're not going to get within 2 tiles of Mann, is kind of what I'm saying. So I can just bloom shot here, for example.
weapon.
Maybe shift over a little if necessary. Nope, can't really shift because if I do, I'm in the 2 rings range. So yeah, let's just have Winston accurate shot from here, and then have Allison all in, and that's enough to kill. But if you, let's say I didn't have enough damage, right? Well, all that really means is a few characters will get pulled away, but there is, well, you're supposed to have one more turn to attack freely, okay? So there should be one more turn for you to finish off Mann, is what I'm saying. But yeah, there we have it. So that clear will have all your team members survive. Mann never triggered re-attack, and it was a clear within 6 turns. Okay. So thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you found that useful. And on that note, Nitro out.